everyone. Welcome to the 8th annual Croctoberfest, sponsored by the Wildlife Discovery Center, just like it is every year here at Elua Farm. And it is the most beautiful day that I can think of for having this. I'm your co-host, Maureen Jager-Skinner, and I'm joined, of course, by Wildlife Discovery Center curator, Rob Carmichael.
Yep, great to be here as always.
Can you believe this day?
No, we got perfect weather and great crowd. It's probably going to be record attendance. We have to thank Canals Automotive for being one of our sponsors this year. And yeah, we were just really, I mean, the crowd's been great.
Spectacular, and the enthusiasm in the crowd is great too.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
We have a couple pails here. Mine, I don't know if you could tell or not, but it's not real. I like it better that way. I like to wear the non-real ones. Rob, of course,
this one is
the
real.
expert. Yes. What do we have here?
This is Maximus. He's a saltwater crocodile that we've had for a long time. He was born a little runt, you know, so he hasn't grown that big, but he still has lots of teeth in him, so we have to keep that mouth taped when we're out and about with the public.
Right. Better safe than sorry, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Now mine, you can find plenty like this, and you can have one of your own. Tell us a little bit about the toy table today.
We have the WDC store. We got lots of items from these stuffed animals to really cool posters, hats, T-shirts, all kinds of cool rubber toys and things like that. And it's all a way to generate income for the Nature Center and also to help us to support some of the conservation efforts that we're doing right today.
And they're all very unique toys.
They're really high quality toys. We've done our research and found the ones that we thought were really good quality, and they're really soft and kind of realistic too, actually.
And even the hats, everything's so cool. Nothing is cheesy. It's all
no,
really
no,
awesome.
It's all real professional and really top grade stuff. Yeah.
And they can buy this here throughout the year.
They can, not only today, but throughout the entire year. We're open every Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 10 to 2. That's our public open hours, and people can come out and see the animals, and our staff will be here to take them out of the cages and give really cool interactive tours of both the indoor areas and also the outdoor trail, which has a bobcat and kookaburras and hawks and owls and all kinds of other cool animals.
That's all year.
That's all year round, absolutely. Yeah, and today, of course, we're celebrating crocodiles and alligators. It's a way to get more awareness for how great these animals are, and also to help generate income for us to be able to support some of the conservation programs that are going on around the world. For example, today's proceeds will be going towards the efforts to save the Siamese crocodile. We just built a brand new exhibit for our pair of crocodiles in hopes of breeding them, and eventually those babies will be part of a crocodile in the classroom program, which will then eventually go on to a reintroduction program. So it's going to be a pretty cool thing.
This gets better and better every year.
Yeah, it does.
And there's always something new to see here.
There is. You know, like I said, we've got new exhibits. We got some new guests that came out today. Just a great, all kinds of activities going on, from face painting to coloring activities to tours and hands-on interaction with the animals. It's been great. A lot of happy kids.
And you have a new exhibit that you've kind of unveiled today, actually.
We do. We have that's our Siamese crocodile exhibit. We have a young male and female Siamese crocodiles that have never seen each other yet. The male that we moved in the male, we moved the male in last night. He's kind of settling in. After the event today, we'll be putting the female in. And then I'll be bringing my sleeping bag, because I'll be sleeping there with them all night to make sure they get along and nothing bad happens.
Just like you had to do with your daughters when they were teenagers, right?
Pretty much.
So let's go in and take a look.
All right, that sounds great. So that is one of the most rare crocodiles in the whole world, right there. Yeah, there he is. Where we're at right now, we're actually in where the animal keepers stand in order to take care of the crocodiles, to feed them. This is a very special project because this is featuring the Siamese crocodile, which is probably the most critically endangered crocodile on Earth, and only probably less than 200 left in the wild. This has been a very long process to get to where we're at today, but we finally have our pair of Siamese crocodiles. We introduced the male last night. He's very settled in very quickly. He's figured out how to move around his pond, get out of the pond, bask in the sun, things like that. And then later today, we're going to introduce the female and see how things go. Our hope is long term that we'll be able to captive breed them, and then any babies we produce will be part of a very important reintroduction program back in Cambodia. But this is a really special crocodile, and they're just one of the most amazing creatures on Earth.
And endangered, so you're really doing your part here to preserve this species.
Exactly, yeah. That's, we're really big on conservation education, but also conservation in a much broader context, and that is really doing something to save species. And today at Croctoberfest, not only are we unveiling this new exhibit, we're also raising funds to help support the field efforts going on in Cambodia with the Siamese crocodile.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's cool.
All this right here in Lake Forest.
Right here in little old Lake Forest at Elwood Farm. Who would have thought?
What's your favorite part?
The ginormous crocodile in there.
Oh, really? And the popcorn's pretty good too, isn't it? It looks like you like that. You are so lucky to be here today with us because this doesn't happen that often, right, Rob?
It doesn't. You know, and as part of Croctoberfest, yes, we're celebrating crocodiles and alligators, but we also celebrate all wildlife. And today, the public's going to get a chance to see some of these really amazing creatures feed. We'll be feeding a variety of venomous snakes, and they'll get a chance to see what they look like, how they eat, and then I'll be doing a little feeding demo with our green mamba as well. So it's going to be pretty cool.
What do they eat?
Most of the animals in this room eat rodents, so either they're eating mice or rats, or in the case of a couple of these larger ones behind us, we'll eat small rabbits too. So
very similar to the human diet.
Everyone eats rats, don't they?
Sunday dinner.
Yes.
So this is what they eat regularly, that you feed them some once a week, and some only eat once a month.
Some only, like some of our more lethargic, sedentary animals are eating once a month. Others, like the king cobras, eat once or twice a week, so it just depends on the species.
Okay,
yeah.
Let's take a look and watch Rob feeding them.
We have a few animals that have already started. I've already offered the food to them. They've struck. They think they killed it, even though we feed dead prey. Our western diamondback rattlesnake is going to be eating any time now. Our timber rattlesnake display has 3 rats in there, so we're hoping that they all play nice. And then our king cobra, he sort of took his food behind the log there, but you might get a glimpse of him eating too. And then I'm going to go back here, open up the green mamba cage, and I have to be very careful because these are one of the deadliest creatures on earth. When I go in here, Nick and I are going to, he's going to communicate to me to let me know where she's at because I guess in hindsight it's 2020. Had I done it over, I would have had some panels where I could put them down and see where the snake is at, put it up, and then open the door. But I have to open the door kind of going in blind. So Nick's going to be my eyes to let me know where she's at, if she's right at the door or not, and then we'll kind of see if she's hungry from there.
There he goes. He's going to pick something up. See, she's looking. There she is. She's wondering what's going on.
So right there, she struck the mouse, and a lot of times venomous, he said they would hang on, but sometimes they just strike it and they know, oh, now I killed that mouse. So I'll come back to it later.
Normally they would hang on to their prey, but she gets fed pretty well here, so she's not usually in a state of, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose my food. So she bit it pretty hard, actually. She definitely gave it a full envenomation. Now, this is a pretty unusual snake because this group of the mambas, Dendroaspis is their genus. They're sight hunting snakes, so their eyes are really big for a snake of that size. And they use that. That's why when I opened the back, I had to kind of move the food a little bit to catch her attention. Now she's going to actually have to use her sense of smell with her tongue to actually find where the prey's at. Now she's pretty smart. She pretty much knows it's there. They don't keep tabs of time and people's schedules and things like that. So if you get to the point where you're like, okay, I've had enough, you can leave. But she will probably start within a minute or two of trying to consume it. She's already working her way down right now. So she smells it. Now ideally, she's going to try and find where the head's at. We'll see. Sometimes they'll bite it, and they'll be like, oops, wrong spot, and they'll let go, and they'll reposition. We'll just kind of see what she ends up doing. At this point, she knows, even if that animal was alive originally, which it wasn't, she knows it's dead by now, and so it's safe to consume. See how she's getting all the way down to the head now? They're smart animals. They know what to do. Whoa. And you can see, you know, these snakes can swallow prey 2 or 3 times the size of their head because all the bones in their head are loosely connected, so things can stretch out quite a bit. They're really amazing creatures. And what's really cool about these venomous snakes is that venom is being used to cure diseases like cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's disease, stroke victims, a whole bunch of other things that we're just now discovering from venom.
Well, look who we found. A little hard to find these guys. You're outside today.
Well, Bubba decided that it was such a nice day. He headed for the doors and came out here on the patio. So this is why we're here. He's catching some of the last probably good sunshine we're going to have, you know, with the temperatures. So we're excited about this, and so is Bubba. He's always happy to come to Croctoberfest.
And Bubba's just like people. We all want to come outside too.
Yes, we do.
So all the people followed Bubba outside.
So we got a nice crowd here. Yeah, it's great. But you know what? Before we go any further, I got to tell you, Bubba's in a big film.
Oh, boy.
National Geographics. We filmed back in January.
Okay.
It's called Super Jaws.
Okay.
A dinosaur named Spinosaurus. It says, move over T-Rex. Spinosaurus was bigger. Bubba's in the film, and it's so incredible. Dr. Paul Sereno from the University of Chicago and Nizar Ibrahim are making comparisons to Spinosaurus and Bubba in the film. Wait till you see it. It's incredible.
All right. And we'll be looking for it, and they probably will run it again and again throughout time.
Oh, yeah.
So remember, we can see Bubba in other places besides here on LFTV, right, Jim?
Yeah, exactly. And some of the neat stuff he's been doing, you probably didn't know that Bubba could rap. He was in a rap video 5 months ago with a new young rapper out of Englewood named Spenzo. And then he was in a comedy spoof that was filmed right here in beautiful downtown Lake Forest. It's called The Nappers. It's going to be submitted to the film festival. A young film crew filmed it, and it's going to be a great film. It's going to be submitted to the film festival.
Awesome. And you said even your UPS man loves him.
Charlie, I got a new UPS driver. Bubba was sitting in the driveway, some weeks ago. It was a nice day. And he's sitting there, and Charlie pulled up in the UPS truck, and he says, boy, that's a nice stuffed gator. And I go, Charlie, it's not stuffed. And he goes, come on, no way. I said, Bubba, up. And he started walking, and Charlie was starting to run towards the truck. I said, Charlie, it's okay. Charlie, no worries. So guess what? By the time Charlie got a chance to meet Bubba, guess what he asked me? To take a selfie with Bubba. So Charlie took a selfie.
Bubba is so hip.
Yes.
He's in selfies.
Yes.
He's going to be on MTV soon.
Yes.
Video.
Yep.
He's on PBS. He's on LFTV.
Yes.
He's everywhere.
He's everywhere.
He's on YouTube.
Yep.
Wow.
YouTube. Yep.
You are meeting a celebrity today. I'm honored to be so close. I'll have to get his autograph. Does he sign autographs too?
Yes, he does. With his foot. Bam. Yep.
There you go.
No problem.
Bubba, footprint.
Now I'm going to talk to Bubba and see if he wants to give you a ride. Bubba, would you want to give him a ride? What do you think, Bub? Maybe just a little one? Come on, just give him a little ride. Oh, here he comes, folks. He's giving Zion a little ride. Yeah. Good boy, Bubba.
What do you think, Zion?
Awesome!
What did it feel like to ride Bubba?
Felt like I was riding on a big gator of plastic.
Was it the coolest thing that's ever happened to you in your whole life?
Mm-hmm.
What will be the first things you tell your friends in school on Monday?
I got to ride on a giant alligator.
Do you think they'll believe you?
Yes.
He can do it. He can do it.
That's wonderful, Bubba. Thank you, sweetie.
What's more fun, riding Bubba to school or riding the school bus to school?
Bubba.
Well, we have a very special guest here today. I guess all the guests are special, but this man is going to tell you about a documentary he recently shot that involved Rob and the Wildlife Discovery Center. So tell us your name and a little bit about this.
Sure. My name is Joel Greenberg. I'm a naturalist and author. Wrote a book called A Feathered River Across the Sky about the passenger pigeon. The passenger pigeon was probably the most abundant bird in the world. Billions of them as late as the 1860s, and humans wiped them out. They were cheap food. So we have, and the 100th anniversary of their death is this year. The last one died in 1914. So we've reached out to a lot of different people, and Rob was very enthusiastic to use that story and the messages in it that are still very relevant for today to tell people the importance of being careful if we're not going to lose reptiles, other kinds of birds, and a whole lot of other organisms. So Rob and I have been friends a long time, and he was very supportive of our effort. And through Facebook, I learned that today is one of their big days. So I've been speaking all over the country. This is a rare 3-day period. So I thought, well, I'll take off a few hours. It's a beautiful area. And so Rob and I have been chatting, and it's an honor and privilege to be on your show.
And tell us where people can watch your show.
Sure. Check our website, From Billions to None, the passenger pigeon's flight to extinction. That's the film. And so From Billions to None. And on it, it will list how you can buy a DVD. It has aired on channels 11 and 20 in Chicago, and it's airing on other stations throughout the country as well.
Amazing. That's awesome, Joel. And how did it feel to work with Joel on this project?
Oh, I mean, Joel, we've known each other for a while. We've done a few projects together, and honestly, no one does it better than him. I mean, the whole Passenger Pigeon project is just, for me, has been awesome because it ties in so well with all the themes that we teach people here about threatened and endangered species and things that we can do. And now we have a chance to talk about tying in the extinction of the passenger pigeon and still giving hope to some of these creatures today, like the Siamese crocodile. And his project was probably one of the main things that got us really kind of getting the ball rolling for this exhibit, because we really wanted to say, hey, look, there's a strong message here. And this winter we'll be featuring a lot of the panels from the Passenger Pigeon Project that were made to teach people about what happened to this pigeon, and then trying to find ways to correlate it to today's natural history. So it's pretty exciting.
Very exciting. Thank you, Joel.
Thank you very much.
It's amazing walking around the fascinating people that come to this, the fascinating reptiles and the fascinating people. It's a great day. Now, Rob, we're going to have to kind of thank everyone. All good things must come to an end. Even this episode of Croctoberfest.
I know. It's hard to believe it's coming to an end already.
I know. And you got record turnout today.
It's got to be a record turnout. I don't know what the numbers are yet, but it's going to be strong. Yeah.
And people who want to find out more about Croctoberfest or other goings-on, because there's always something happening here. They never sleep here, I guarantee you. Tell us how they can find out more information.
Sure, you can go to our website, www.wildlifediscoverycenter.org, and you can get all of our information about when we're open to the public, the different programs we have offering, upcoming events, and ways to get involved here.
Okay, year-round excitement.
Oh, yeah.
We're signing off for now, but we will be back with another episode of Wild, Weird, and Wonderful. Rob Carmichael and Maureen Jager-Skinner saying thank you for joining us, and happy Croctoberfest.